नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself Dr. Gaurav Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we'll discuss legal procedure. And the legal procedure, we will discuss evidence, medical evidences. Medical evidences can be oral or documentary. Oral evidence can be direct evidence, indirect evidence, or circumstantial evidence, and documentary can be medical certificate, medical legal report, or dying declaration or dying deposition. Medical certificates include sickness certificate, medical fitness certificate, fitness for employment, vaccination certificate, and death certificate. Medical legal reports include injury or wound certificates, age certificate, impotency, potency certificate, drunkenness certificate, examination of victim or accused of rape or sodomy, and postmortem report. Oral evidence. It is a statement given by person. It must be direct, which refers to a fact which can be seen, heard, or perceived by him. Oral evidence is superior to documentary evidence. Primary evidence. When documents are produced in the form of evidence is called primary evidence. Secondary evidence. When certified copy, photocopy, or counterparts of the original documents are produced in the court, called secondary document. Hearsay documents. Evidence of a person who has no personal knowledge of the fact but just repeat what she heard others say. Circumstantial evidences are evidences when something is found which gives clue about the offense. Dying declaration. These declarations are the statement of a person who is actually dying and who believes he is dying regarding the cause and circumstances leading to his present state. It is admissible as an evidence where the cause of his death is under inquiry. It can be verbal or written. It requires two witnesses, no leading question to be asked. Signature or thumb impression of the declarant is to be taken and it is witnessed by a doctor, sent to magistrate in sealed envelope. It is medico-legally important. Deposition. It is dying declaration made on oath in the presence of an accused or his legal representative who has the opportunity to cross-examine the dying person. This is recorded by the magistrate, hence it carries more value than dying declaration. In the court, if the law has made you a witness, remain a man of science. You have no victim to avenge or guilty or innocent person to ruin or save. You must bear testimony within the limit of science. Said by Brundtland in oath. It is the declaration required by law to be made before the court by the witness. He swears in the name of God that he will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If the witness has religious scruples against swearing, he will be permitted to make a solemn affirmation. Once a witness is thus sworn, if he does not speak the truth, he is liable to be prosecuted for the guilty of the crime called perjury, a willful utterance of falsehood, under section of 193 IPC. Recording of evidence. Here, examination in chief is recorder. Cross-examination or re-examination can be done, and question can be questioned by judge. Examination is done by the counsel side, which has summoned him. The object of examination in chief is to present all relevant facts of the case before the court. If witness is expert, he may be asked to elicit his inference or interpretations from the facts. No leading questions are allowed. Leading question can be asked when witness become hostile. Hostile witness is that witness who gives evidence in the court of law under oath against the interest of the party who cites him as witness. He can be common or expert witness. Cross-examination is followed by examination in chief, examined by counsel for opposite party to bring out inaccuracies and contradictions in his statements, to extract any facts which may be favorable to his clients. Leading questions are allowed. Cross-examination needs not to be conformed to the statement. No time limit for cross-examination. Re-examination. After cross-examination, the witness can be examined by the counsel who called him to remove any doubt that may have arisen during cross-examination. Leading questions are not allowed. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.